Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly weight loss vlog. A little bit of a tired one from me this morning. And if my voice doesn't sound quite right, well, two things, not that you really need to know this. Number one, my charger port, which is where I plug my microphone in, is broken on my phone. I will be getting it fixed this week. So yeah, no mic, so that might be a bit different. And I've got a little bit of a nasally coffee thing. Went to a wedding on Saturday, and yeah, a lot of singing, a lot of shouting, so that's affected the old voice a little bit. But yeah, I also feel a little bit, I don't know, maybe a bit hay fevery, maybe a bit hay fevery. And I'm all right, I'm all good. Yes, how are we? So we're talking about what we're on. We are on June 2nd, 3rd of June, was it? 1st, 2nd? Yeah, 3rd of June to the 9th. Am I right there? Yes, I think so. Right, okay, that's the period we are covering. And yeah, it's been a busy week. So I'm gonna fly straight into it. First things first, let's because obviously first things won't be second. First things first, we're gonna talk about the check-in. Yes, I had my check-in on Friday. So we're fighting this busy mental period at the moment, and a nice sort of steady January, February, March going into April. Lots of consistent weight loss, 22.2 pounds down. Anyway, got on the scales on Friday and I am back to 19.6 pounds down. So 3.6 pound loss from last check-in. So a bit of water weight, the excess water weight I think I was talking about, that was still sat in my system, because I was trying to lose that 12 pounds in 12 pounds in 12 days last check-in. Didn't quite happen. Did 10 or so, which wasn't bad at all. But anyway, yeah, done 3.6 pounds. So very chuffed with that. So I'm currently 2.6 pounds heavier, which, considering I've had that I was at the beginning of April, and considering I've had a stag do, a city break to New York, a week all inclusive in Mexico, 2 all-day weddings, and a day out celebrating the FA Cup in that time. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm all good. The graph will be on the screen now. Oh, I need my pen. I need to, you know me, I like writing down my times. Just makes it easier for when I'm editing the video. I have no idea what time I'm at. Anyway, the graph's on the screen, and it's probably, I want to do it so it's, because I kind of think if you're watching this on your phone, it's probably really small. So I will have done this where just for a minute or so you've not seen my ugly mug, and I've put me graph and me chart in a big spot, in a big space, like covering the screen so you can see it. Anyway, I'll shrink it down after a minute. Do you know what? This probably won't even tie in with what the video is, because you'll just see it. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, there I'm at. That's where I'm at. So obviously the mission is by the 5th of July to be exactly where I was at the beginning of the 11th of April, when I was that minus 22.2 pounds down. So really, I'm not a million miles away, and I've got a nice couple of weeks, well, ish. So my last sort of, this was the all-day wedding we've just been on this weekend, was my penultimate busy weekend. Got nothing on this weekend. The Euros does start on Friday. I will be watching England on Sunday. Whether I watch it at home or in the pub, there will be no alcohol. I can't even talk. There'll be no alcohol crossing my lips. My next pint or alcoholic beverage will be in Manchester Airport a week on Saturday, when I'm off to Benidorm to watch match day 3 of the Euros with a couple of mates of mine. So yeah, it's just gonna be a nice steady 10 days. So I'm gonna do another check-in before I go to Benidorm, but I won't be talking about that, because the next weekly weight loss, well, there will be a weekly weight loss vlog next Monday, but the next weekly weight loss vlog after that will be the following Monday. Again, I'll do like what I normally do. Do I do 2 in 1? Yeah, it'll be like a 2 in 1. And then I've got nothing on. So I will weigh after Benidorm. We'll see where the weight is at. So I get back on the Thursday. I'll jump on the scales on the Friday. We'll see where that's at. I will log it. So I will show you in that one. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Anyway, that's what I'm at the moment. I'm minus 19.6 pounds down. So where would I like to be next check-in before I go to Benidorm? I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, any loss will do. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself for this one. Any loss will do, because I don't think I'm carrying water retention now after this weekend. But on that Friday, I think that's all gone. So really, my mission is now by a week on Friday is to get rid of any water retention from this weekend and any that I get over next weekend, because I will, as always eat slightly more unhealthy foods at the weekend, and that does cause a bit more water retention in the body, some excess water retention in the body. But anyway, get rid of this. And yeah, go into fat loss phase for the next 10 days. I could probably do 1.5 pounds of body mass. Maybe I might get down to like minus 21. Maybe, I don't know. But any loss will do. To be honest with you, I'm not, I'm just happy where I'm at the moment. To have all that I've had on and still be sat, nearly 20 pounds down from Christmas. I know it's not the fastest fat loss in the world, but I don't do fat loss. It's just pointless because you gain it all back. Anyway, there we go. And then I've got nothing on really for about 3 months. We're away in Edinburgh the first weekend of September. Rachel's got a book convention, but, I'll be out and about having a couple of beers and we'll be having a meal or two at night time. But I'm just going to be working. I'm only going because Rachel's got this, like I say, it's book convention thing. So, got nothing on for 3 months really. So it's going to be focused back into the weight loss and get that target. I've got a target of, I want it to be down to 18 stone by the end of the year. So I'm about 20 pounds away from that now. So that'll be my next target really. July, August, September, October. It's going to be a fairly chill few months running up to. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Running up to Christmas. Anyway, there we go. Right, so that's the check-in for this week. So we have a look at calories for this week. Let's get these badges up. So. I knew all day wedding, and I knew it was going to be a biggie. 2 of our best friends getting married. I knew it was going to be a bit of a biggie. So straight away, maintenance week last week. So I changed my diary for a maintenance week. So normally, if I'm just going to go a bit over my ideal deficit, I won't change my diary. So you'll see a minus number at the bottom in the total section. But no, when I have a maintenance week, I change my diary generally to my maintenance calories, which I set at 3,250 a day, which is a little bit low. It is a little bit low. I burn a little bit more than that, but I always like to be a bit more pessimistic than optimistic. Anyway, here we go. There we go. That's the calories for this week. And yeah, we've got a red number at the bottom. So what does that mean? That means I've gone over my maintenance by 327 calories. So last week I was in a calorie surplus. And a calorie surplus is how we gain body fat. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, standard banking calories. You can see there, the banking's big. Normally I'm like 200-300, but again, it's because I've changed those calories to 3,250 a day to my maintenance calories, which is 22,750 over a week. So big banking of calories. But Friday, and this is what's took me over actually, Friday, wasn't planning on doing anything on Friday, but ended up going out with the groom to the pub, and I had a good few pints and I didn't have any tea. So when I got home from having those good few pints, pizza went in the oven as well. So basically that was an impromptu, wasn't planning for it. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes life can be reactive. So, ended up going minus 742. So I had nearly 4,000 calories on Friday. And my plan for Friday was to have about 2,750 calories, my normal calorie deficit average sort of day. That was my plan for Friday, really. And I've gone like 1,000 over that. So if Friday hadn't, like I say, developed into something it wasn't meant to be, I would have been well under my maintenance calories this week. But it is what it is. 327 calories over. So as you can see there, it was calorific weekend. 4,000 calories Friday, 5,120 calories. Tracked the best I could at the wedding on Saturday. And then 4,800 calories yesterday for the old hangover day. But 327 calories over into a surplus. This is a pound of body fat. I've literally, from that, I will have gained like this little smidge at the end. Hardly any. 3,500 calories in that. So basically, I'll have gained 10% of one of those from last week. And that's going on the calories that I've based there. But you also have to remember, Yesterday, tracked perfectly well. Friday, tracked perfectly well. Very, very happy with the way I tracked Friday and Sunday. Very accountable. Saturday, there's always a bit of guesstimation. Am I going to sit there at a wedding tracking calories as I go along? No. I guesstimate my calories. So, yeah, I guesstimate. So, could I have had 5,500 on Saturday? Could I have had 6,000 on Saturday? Possibly. Likewise, could I have had less than 5,124 calories on Saturday? Yeah, I could. So I always have a little guesstimation, but I would never have been I'm never a million miles away. So even if, let's say, I will never have gone more than 500-600 calories over on Saturday. Even when I guesstimate, I know what I drink. I know what I know what's going on. I knew what the food was going to be, so I tracked that pretty well. And then it's just your alcoholic beverage, like I say. Anyway, even if I was 1,000 calories over, it'd be this little bit here, just that. It's nothing. It honestly is nothing. And this is why we've got to start really understanding about how calories work, and understand, all these people that panic because they've got, I've got a wedding, I've got a party, about this. There is no need. We can make our calories work for us. And there's always going to be times where you just have a bit too many than what you plan on having, or, and that can just be circumstance. It can be a little bit out of your control. As always, guys, if you're really struggling with your weight loss journey, there is no need. I'll do all this for you. If you've got a day wedding and you start like, I don't know what to do with my calories, I don't know what to go on, I'll plan it all out for you. That's what I do as a coach. That's what I do for my clients now. So, I'll put, as always, all the links if you want to come on my one-to-one plan or just join my community or whatever. Get involved with The Real Loss Boss if you're struggling with your weight loss. I'll put all the details in the description, as it were, for you to come in and get on board. All right, let's go through some daily eating then, shall we? Let's have a look at where we are. As always, I will try and be... I can't remember what pictures I've took over the week, but if I've took a picture of what I've eaten, I shall pin it into the diary. So Monday, what did I have for breakfast? I didn't. I had a golden kiwi. I'm really into these at the moment. I bought a box from Costco. Absolutely delicious. I think I've got one left. Might have gone off by now, so I might need to go and get some more. Anyway, Monday, I had a golden kiwi for my breakfast. That was it. For dinner, I had a poke bowl or a poke bowl. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Anyway, poke bowl, really, from where I'm from. Right, so a katsu chicken bowl from Costco, absolutely delicious. It wasn't in NutriCheck, so I tracked it as M&S did one for 500 calories, so I tracked it as 2 of those because it was a big bowl. And as I didn't have breakfast, I was like, I'm going to scran it in. Anyway, tea on. I had a bit of a barbecue for tea. First one of the year. Not had another one since because the weather is goddamn pants. It's flipping June. It's June. I'm sitting out in a t-shirt. I am cold, and it's June. Right? I'm not putting the heating on, I refuse, but it's June, it's cold. Anyway, we did manage a little barbecue last week. It wasn't a barbecue, it was in like people around and that. I just cooked food on the barbecue. So basically, did a little mixed salad, and I had some chicken wings and a bacon chop from a local butcher's, a maple glazed bacon. Honestly, my speech has gone from this weekend. I'm possibly still a bit drunk. I have no idea. Anyway, bacon chop and some Philly steak. That was tracked as 800 calories. And then just had an Oreo grenade bar in bed. Tuesday. So yesterday, I always say about my calories. Yeah, so I tracked my poke bowl. There's 1,000 calories. Me barbecue was 800 calories. Grenade bar in bed at night time. Didn't have a mid-afternoon snack. Eating was quite low last Monday, actually. Yeah, 2,100 calories. Tuesday, on the cereal. Absolutely loving the cereal at the moment. I love cereal. I don't mind, not cereal. I love cereal. I don't mind admitting that. I'm a cereal fiend. I absolutely love it. I had a big bowl yesterday of Cap'n Crunch for my breakfast. Cap'n Crunch and the cocoa peanut butter ball mixture from Aldi. Sunday morning is my sugary cereal morning. But this cereal's been a bit of a game changer. If you want to try it, it's in my TikTok shop. So if you're following me on TikTok, get over to my TikTok shop. get yourself a box. I think there's a bit of a deal on at the moment. It's not cheap. I'll never say that. It is. But anyway, 395 calories for my bowl of surreal cereal. I had a mix of cinnamon and frosted cereal with 150 mils of semi-skim milk. Dinner was... I was back on me... was that back on... Oh, no, I had... that I made last week, my pork crapow or crapow, yeah. I made that again. Well, I didn't make it again. It was actually leftovers. Possibly risking it. I think it had been in the fridge 5 days from when I made it. I was like, I'll be right. And it was. I was absolutely right. I've got a cast iron stomach with me. No, it was right. It was. I fridged it straight away after making it. So, and I forgot it was in there. So I was like, that'll do. Had a Barbells protein milkshake, raspberry milkshake. They are absolutely delicious. I have done. I'll put this out there now. They might not be available when I put them on, but there are 2 of June's because people have skipped their subscription this month. It happens because people they've still got some bars left from last month. But if you want a Bosch protein box and you want to try the Barbells raspberry pro, it's in this box basically. And I had a couple of them last week, so I bought an extra pack for me. They are delicious. And then tea was I can't pronounce it. I can't, but it's from Aldi. In fact, I might have it for me tea tonight. Specially selected pumpkin and pine nut, Girasoli, Girasoli. I'm sorry if anyone watching this is Italian and you're like, what the toss are you on about, Neil? But anyway, that's how I pronounce it. Anyway, it's one of the specialty pastas from Aldi. Literally, you boil it for 3 minutes, right? That's it. 3 minutes, hot, salty water, 3 minutes, drain it. Back on, I think I might have told you about this because I did it with the tomato and some burrata ravioli last week. Little knob of butter in the pan with a little bit of the pasta water. Put the pasta back in, run it through. And add that with some buttermilk chicken tenders, a little bit of garlic bread from Costco, some tender stem broccoli. That was 1,000 calories. So my pork crapow was 700 calories. My cereal was 400 calories. And that was 1,000 calories. And then I just had a little protein bar at night time. I wasn't that hungry. I had a little PhD bar for 120 calories. Right, let's go into Wednesday. Back on the old protein pancakes on Wednesday morning. Absolutely delicious. Do you know what? I had them quite late because we went to the gym in the morning and got back and I had them about 10:30, 11. So I wasn't really hungry for lunch. So I ended up having 5 chicken wings. That was it. Yeah, 5 chicken wings and a golden kiwi. Keto diet on a bit keto-y on dinner time. Had another one of those Barbell shakes mid-afternoon, and then tea on Wednesday was. I'm trying to work out what I had. Oh, I had jacket potato, cheese beans, some crispy onions, and a bit of chicken. And a great big side salad, which I don't think I took a picture of. Absolutely delicious. And then in bed at night time, I had an Oreo grenade bar and a pink lady apple. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Thursday, back on the surreal cereal for breakfast. Again, 400 calories for a bowl. 80 grams of cereal with 150 mils of milk is 400. That was 420 calories. So that was the chocolate one. Must be slightly more than the cinnamon one in calories. Anyway, nothing to worry about. For lunch, I bought the new, well, it says it's new, katsu curry sauce from Aldi. I love the goldfish one. I'll be honest with you, the Aldi one, nowhere near as good as the goldfish one. But it was all right. It was £1 a tub. £1 a tub. What are you expecting for a pound? It was all right. Wasn't as good as the goldfish one, but it was nice. Around the same calories as the goldfish one. So again, my half packet of long grain rice from Aldi, 100 grams of tender stem broccoli, 150 grams of chicken breast. I'd normally have more than that, but it's all I added. And then some of that katsu curry sauce over the top, 500 calories. My mid-afternoon snack was more chicken wings. I bought a big pack. I love chicken. It's the best part of a chicken. So I had more chicken wings. So I had, I think I had 3 chicken wings as my afternoon snack to finish them off. And then tea on Thursday night was, it was chicken Kiev from Aldi, super noodles again. Pretty much what I had the week before, and some peas and broccoli. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. And then an Oreo grenade bar. The Aldi specially selected wild garlic and Jersey butter, sourdough crumbed chicken Kievs. They're 387 calories, 33 grams of protein. They are, I think I've talked about them before. I know I have in the weekly website. I love them. So I had one of them, off packet chicken super noodles. And some peas and tender stem broccoli for 680 calories. Lovely. Protein was good that day, was it? Yeah, 200 grams of protein. Lots of chicken wings, lots of chicken. Yeah, really, really nice. All right, Friday. This is where things went a bit downhill for the week. And not downhill at all, to be honest with you, because it was all sort of planned. I had my protein pancakes in the morning. And then lunchtime, we had to take one of our dogs for the weekend because we knew we were going to be really busy all weekend. So we took Blossom, the cockapoo, over to Rachel's mum, who lives in between sort of Bolton and Manchester, Tilsley, if anyone knows that area. So we took the cockapoo over there. So obviously we're out and about, we're driving about. So I got a Greggs for lunch, and I had the Greggs roast chicken and bacon club baguette for 465 calories. It's my favourite sandwich from Greggs. I get it every time I go. I love a Greggs. I also had the Grenade Oreo bar as well. And then, like I say, at night time, I chucked 7 pints of Coors down my gullet in the pub. And then when I got home, I had one of the Aldi Carlos takeaway, fully loaded meat feast pizzas, demolished the whole pizza. A very, very good pizza. 1,194 calories for that pizza. That went straight in. And I also ended up having a chocolate bar afterwards. So, yeah, health is wealth, and health was not on the cards on Friday or Saturday. So let's talk about this all-day wedding on Saturday. So what do I do with an all-day wedding? Or I've got a big event on, or I'm just out for the day. I don't track as I go along. I guesstimate. Now, again, I've talked about this because I had another all-day wedding a few weeks ago. But this week's a bit of a different one because I was with the groom all day. We were getting married. He didn't really have ushers, as it were. He just had a best man. But then me, his brother-in-law, and another very good friend of his, and his brother, we all got married. We all got ready at the house. There was a photographer there and doing all the bit, and and this and the other. So it was a long day. So I ended up going to Wetherspoons in the morning. We all met at Wetherspoons and had breakfast. And I had the Wetherspoons breakfast muffin with a hash brown for 564 calories. I knew lunch at the venue was an afternoon tea, like the wedding breakfast was an afternoon tea. So I tracked it as just a generic afternoon tea NutriCheck, which came in at 1,300 calories. I reduced that to 1,100 calories the day after. And I'll tell you why. There wasn't loads of it, and I was kind of doing the polite thing. When I say there wasn't loads of it, that's wrong for me to say. But I was doing because there was loads left over at the end. But I was kind of doing that polite thing. You know, when you're on a table, but I'm also having a few drinks, I'm enjoying a glass of wine and this and that. So I literally had like 3 little finger sandwiches. And then me and Rach, because we didn't, and I mean, don't get me wrong, on a hangover day, I want that afternoon tea, and I demolished a lot. But eating loads of rich, like, cakes and cream teas and stuff, when you're having a few drinks, it just didn't bode well for me. So we ended up splitting, so there was 2 portions of cake for us, and we kind of split it, if that makes sense. So looking back now, I'm like 1,000 calories. Right. And again, I've tracked calories that long, and I'm being honest with myself when I say that. And then I had nothing else to eat. Then at night time, they had a hog roast on. So a normal barm, load of pork on it, a little bit of stuffing, a little bit of applesauce. And I tracked that as 700 calories, that barm. And I knew that was the evening meal. So I'd put all that in my app. And then in terms of alcohol, I have a separate section for alcohol in my NutriCheck. And I didn't have a drink until I got to the venue. And I pretty much stuck to bottles. Did I stick to bottles? Well, I've basically put in 5 pints of Peroni. Now, I actually only had 2 pints of Peroni. I knew Peroni was what was on tap. I had 2 pints of Peroni, and I had 3 pints of cider, which I really enjoyed. It was really a bit more refreshing. So I had 3 pints of cider. So that's 5 pints. I've put in 8 bottles of Moretti, because that was the only other thing I drank. I didn't go on to spirits. So I put in 8 bottles of Moretti. And then I also had 4 bottles of Orange Reef. Now, this takes me back to my youth, and there were bottles of Orange Reef. I think they must have brought it back. So this does take me back to my... So at the end of the day, I had a few of them, or I had them in between, to mix it up. So yeah, you might be sat there now, and so basically I had 5 pints and 12 bottles, which is 17 drinks from... we went home at 9:30. It wasn't a late do. From 11 o'clock. And I also put in, I had 2 glasses of rosé wine with my dinner. So that's it. So the alcohol I tracked at 3,000 calories, and then the food I tracked at 2,200. And I think I'm about right looking back at what was going on. There were periods at the wedding where I think, in fact, I remember because I ended up sitting with, me and Rach sat with Brad and Victoria got married. The little girl actually wasn't very well, so we sat with her for about an hour and a half while she was asleep, and I had 1 bottle of Moretti in an hour and a half. I know that because I was sat in a tent. I couldn't be bothered moving. So yeah, it wasn't, you might be sat there going, that's a lot of booze. But for an all day thing, I normally drink about 2 drinks an hour. So we were there for about 9 hours or so. So that'd be 18 drinks. And I've tracked it as 8 bottles of Moretti, 4 bottles of Reef, that's 12, 5 pints, that's 17, 2 glasses of wine. So I've tracked it as 19 drinks. Now, again, this is what I mean about guesstimating. Did I? Didn't I? I'm not bothered. I won't be a million miles away. And yeah, that's quite a bit to drink when I look back at it. Anyway, there we go. All right, hangover day, Sunday. Sunday was a full hangover day. So, yeah, I had the Cap and Crunch and Aldi, and it's one of my favourite cereals is the peanut butter balls. And I got some Cap and Crunch when we were in America a few weeks ago. I tell you, I love cereal. I just tracked it as the Aldi protein peanut butter balls because the Cap and Crunch, because it was American, it wasn't in NutriCheck, and all cereals roughly the same. So I had a bowl of that yesterday morning. For dinner yesterday, we went back to pick Blossom up from Tilsley yesterday afternoon. So I went to McDonald's and tried the new Hat Trick Burger. So, yeah, I had a Hat Trick Burger, portion of fries, and 4 chicken nuggets for 1,235 calories. The Hat Trick Burger is probably the best burger I've ever had at McDonald's. I like McDonald's. I know it never sets people's worlds on fire, but, yeah, I like it. It's all right. So, but the Hat Trick Burger, what a burger that is. It's 726 calories for the burger. But it does have 53 grams of protein. So the protein was going in yesterday. It really, really was. And then we also wanted a bit of sweet. So I got a Yum Yum from Greg's for 323 calories. And we tried the new foot-long cookie from Subway, which I wouldn't recommend. It was £4. It was no way worth £4. And I had a quarter of that in the afternoon, and then I had another quarter later on, which I'll talk about. Tea, I had a Chinese, and I couldn't believe this. And you'll back me up on this. If you've watched these weekly weight loss vlogs, I don't think I've ever talked about a Chinese. I started doing these mid-Jan, right? And I don't think I've ever talked about Chinese because we always go to the same place for our Chinese. Yeah, we always go to the same takeaway, and it saves your order. The last time I had a Chinese was the 16th of December, according to their ordering system, and we always go to the same place. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I've ever talked about a Chinese on a weekly works. Anyway, I had a Chinese, and bloody hell, I enjoyed it. I can't believe it. I love a Chinese. I can't believe it's been that long since I had one. My issue with the Chinese is I get greedy with them. Right, and I can overeat them. And that's why sometimes we stick clear. But yesterday, full hangover day, I wasn't really arsed. I generally wasn't. If I'd gone on my app and it had said minus 1,500 over my maintenance, I wouldn't have been bothered. I generally wouldn't have been bothered. So I was like full on Chinese. So we got crispy shredded chicken, salt and chili chicken, salt and pepper chicken, whatever it is. Chicken, sweet and sour chicken. I've been craving that a little bit. So we got sweet and sour chicken. So yeah, definitely not the 2 healthiest of options from a Chinese. Had a half portion of egg fried rice, and then had some chips and had some chow mein and a bit of curry sauce, which I tracked for the amount I had at 1,900 calories. And the rest of that Chinese, I'm going to have for my dinner today. So I've got half an egg fried rice, which will be, what did I track? It's 340 calories. Got some wings. Yeah, we've got a 3 portion of salt and pepper chicken wings, which I've not eaten. They're in the fridge. So I put them straight away. I thought, Joe, I'm going to eat them today. I've not eaten breakfast this morning. I'm not going to eat breakfast today. I'm going to go to the, I'm recording this in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym after this and train and then come straight home. So basically, yeah, my lunch today is probably going to be 1,000 calories. But because I've not eaten breakfast, I'm not bothered. Oh, I'm going to finish that Chinese off. I don't care. I hate wasting food. It's going to get eaten. Anyway, I tried my Chinese is 1,900 calories. And then after that, I had another quarter of that cookie. with a blob of ice cream and a little bit of brownie that we had brought back from the wedding that was left over. And that in that bowl there's 700 calories. 700 calories in that bowl there. So that was my hangover day. So yeah, health zero, absolutely zero. Lots of yummy food, 100%. And I need that after. This is my issue with drinking. It is my big issue with drinking and weight loss. Is like I lose self-control. I crave carbs, I crave sugar. You crave, it's emotional. It's emotional eating is what a hangover day is, because, you know, being a bit hungover. And I wasn't actually that bad yesterday. I genuinely wasn't. I'll hold my hand. I'll admit, and I wasn't. I think just because it was a long day and I was pacing myself. You might be like, you just told us what you drank, Neil. That ain't pacing yourself. I was pacing myself. Excuse me, let me get some water in. But yeah, you just want stuff to make you feel better, don't you? And that doesn't make you feel better. What makes you feel better is fruits and veggies and stuff like that. You know, on that hangover day, I know. So anyway, again, full transparency for me. So that is my hangover day. And yeah, and that is, and I would say, well, other than obviously, you know, going all-inclusive holidays and this, that, and the other, which I don't track my calories, so I don't know what my calories are. Last week is definitely, well, out of what I've tracked, and you'll agree, that's the first time I've ever tracked a surplus week since doing these weekly weight loss logs. But it is what it is, you know, like I say, it's just every now and then. And the fat gain from that is that little smidge. And if I do calorie deficit today, tomorrow, it'll be gone. See you later. Adios. There we go. Right, what time we at? I feel like I rocketed through that. No, you haven't, Neil. We're still at half an hour, Chief. So let's go. What we're doing now, movement. My steps again over the weekend, just in line with my eating. Rubbish. Let's put my steps up. And this is why it's so important to look at things as an average over the week. So my steps, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, were absolutely brilliant. Friday night, my steps were a bit low. Obviously, drove over to Manchester, dropped the dog off. I didn't go to the gym on Friday because I didn't have time, because I went to Manchester to take the dog. Total sacrifices. But I did 9,000 steps on Friday. It wasn't ridiculously low. But my plan was at the end of on Friday evening, because Rachel was staying at the venue with Vicky the bride, because Rachel was maid of honour. So my plan was to drop Rachel off, you know, get all sort of settled up, and then still go for a walk like I would do with the dogs normally, and probably that'd have been another 2,000 steps or so, maybe a bit more than that. So then I'd have done my steps, but I didn't. I went to the pub, you know that. Saturday, do you know what? I'm a bit like, what's going on with my steps on Saturday? I did just over 7,000 steps on Saturday. And again, no specific walkings, no nothing. But normally when you go to a wedding, but I didn't do much dancing. I normally have a bit of a dance, a little bit of a boogie, and I didn't. So my steps were quite low. And steps on Sunday, especially on a hangover day, are always low anyway. I didn't move yesterday. I did one dog walk for about half an hour. That was all the movement I did, other than pottering around the house and walking into a Chinese and a Subway. Oh, and a Greg's. we did McDonald's, then we went to Greg's, and then we got a Yum Yum, and next door to Greg's was Subway, and I was like, I want to try the new footlong cookie. Don't get it. So yeah, other than that, I didn't do any walking yesterday, so I did 5,000 steps. But still, because my steps were very, very good, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can see there. I still averaged 10,500 steps over the week, which I'm more than happy with. And then movement last week, again, didn't go to the gym on Friday, so we just did 4 gym sessions, which, as long as I do 3 gym sessions, I'm more than happy with. I like to do 5 because I love going to the gym, but if I can't do it, so hit the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, lots of weights. Wednesday, and so I knew I wasn't going to get to the gym on Friday. Actually, I think that was my plan Friday night. I was going to go to the gym. That was my plan Friday night. I was going to go Friday night instead of Friday day. But then, yeah, obviously traded that for the pub. So I did weights Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. And I did an all-body session on Thursday. Supersets. You see the calorie burn's really good. High-intensity training. Quite high-intensity supersets. Full-body push-pull supersets on Thursday. Wednesday, did some light legs as I normally do. And then did a bit on the cross trainer as well. So, yeah, all in all, that's the old movement. Very, very, Standard for me. Right, so the next 2 weeks or 3, we're like planning. And I do like looking ahead. When I've got things on, I like planning. I like looking ahead and making sure things are all good and things are right. So this week, back to it. Yeah, England are playing on Sunday night, but I'm not going to... in my head, I was like, no, let's go out. It's England. It's the Euros. Let's go and have a few beers. That might change, but I can't really see it. If it had been a Saturday night, I'd have been going out, right? If it had been a Saturday game, whatever time on Saturday, I'd have been going out. More inclined. And do you know what? On Sunday, if England's game had been a 2 o'clock kickoff, I'd have been more inclined, go to the pub, have a few beers, come home. Because it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, and I'm, when I go away, because I go away week on Saturday, the few days, the days I'm at home before I go away, I want everything to be right, lives, I want to be productive, I want to be on it. So, yeah, that's going to stop me. So I might go to the pub. I might just watch England at home on Sunday night. I haven't decided yet. If I do go to the pub, I'll be on the old Heineken Zeros or just a couple of pints of Diet Coke. So this week, full-on calorie deficit week. I'll be sticking to my calories, 19,250. So I'll show you that in the weekly weight loss vlog. Hopefully we'll be happy next Monday morning, because England will have hopefully played a hell of a lot better than they did the other night and beaten Serbia. And then the week after, I go to bed on Saturday. I don't track calories when I'm away. So Saturday, Sunday, no tracking next week. But I'll still be on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on it, focused, getting at it before I go. So that's it. This week, it's always good to analyse your previous weeks and have a little look and go, ooh, how can I improve? What can I do? Could I do anything a bit better? Could I improve things a little bit? So it's always worth doing that. So me looking back at last week, calorie-wise, can I improve that? Of course I can. But is there a good reason why I've blown my calories? Yeah, and I kind of expected to do it. Steps were decent last week, but as I've said before, I quite like my steps to be up around that 10,000 a day. I'll never whinge at myself for it, but I do like them just to be a little bit higher. So that's going to be a little focus this week. I'm going to try and get my steps up a little bit, just to around that 11,000 mark. I know it's not a lot, but I always like to set myself little goals and little challenges. Gym this week will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 times as normal. Nothing's going to change. Though I might sacrifice one during the day, and we might go to the gym on Saturday and see what the weather's like. If we get any half decent day, might take the dogs to the beach so they can have a good run around instead of going to the gym during the week, because it's a bit quieter at the beach on a weekday, and then hit the gym on a Saturday morning, because the gym's always fairly quiet on a Saturday morning. I don't know. But anyway, there'll be 5 gym sessions this week. We're going to get the step count hopefully around to that, at least that 11,000 steps a day on average. Flushing out my water retention, the excess water retention that I'll have in my body from the wedding. Though, do you know what? I don't feel too bad. I don't feel like I'm overly bloated. I will be, but I don't feel too bad. But anyway, we'll get rid of that and just back on to the healthy's wealth and getting in the healthy eating as I normally do Monday to Friday. But I think I'm going to have a little bit more focus this weekend on it, to be honest with you. I always like to do that before I go away. 2-3 weeks before I go away. Obviously, circumstances are a bit different because, we've had this wedding and stuff. But, yeah, normally if I've got quite a clear run before going away, I don't change my calories or I don't try and go crazy with anything. But like I say, I always try and, make sure my nutrition's really, really good. Because obviously I've got 4 or 5 days of, it is going to be, a good few beers. It's going to be steak and chips and the odd English breakfast in the morning and stuff like that. So, yeah, it is going to be I'm going to really focus as well on getting some, getting my fruits in, getting my veggies in. And that's going to be include Friday, Saturday. Still have a takeaway this weekend. We always have a takeaway at a weekend. So we'll still be on the old takeaway. But takeaway this weekend is going to be fish and chips. I've not had a chippy for ages. I flipping love a chippy. So I'm going to have fish, chips and peas on Saturday night. That's it. Rachel can have what she wants. I'm having a chippy on Saturday night. But yeah, actually, we're at a friend's on Saturday for a bar. Again, I'm not drinking. It's a friend's barbecue. Or just having a little get together, I think, on the Saturday. But yeah, I'm not drinking, and I'm so the chippy tea might be Sunday takeaway, depending on if they're doing a little bit of a barbecue or not. But anyway, I'll talk about it next week. Right, that's it for this week. Yeah, we're all good. Again, everything in the description, guys. If you want to come get on board with me. Join my community to give you a bit of support. It also supports me as well, so I can keep doing what I do. And yeah, I'll put a link in if you want. I'll change. There's 2 June Boss You protein boxes if you want to try one. I'll put the link in there, unless they've sold by then. But be quick if you want one. Get on them. And that's it. Right. Yeah, we're done. Until next time, what are you going to do? Oh, you know what you're going to do? You're going to boss your weight loss.